What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to cut a video here. I see Popeye's been doing, Popeye over at federaljack.com has been kind of doing the in the car rants. I'm going to do the on the lower deck rant, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully there's not too much noise out here. I'm out on the lower deck of the house. And just to kind of give you an update, those of you that know us, and you know, so far so good. We're enjoying the house for sure. We still have a lot of work to do. We've got a ton of work to do on this thing. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fast. It's something that's going to be done over time. I think a lot of you probably understand and have dealt with this in your lives, where you get your house and you buy one that's a little cheaper than it should have been. It's still a lot of money, still a ton of money, but you know, I'm thankful that I've got a good paying job and I've cleaned up my credit. I'm kind of an example. If you're out there and you don't think that if you're out there and you don't think that you can clean up your credit and clean up your life and have a better life for you and your family, you're wrong. It is possible. You just have to put the work into it. It's tough. It really is tough. I guess I wanted to do this because eventually I'm going to come out with a lot of, Broken Man videos. They're going to be different kinds of videos. They're going to be some where you won't even see me. It's going to be web-based. There's going to be some I might be sitting out here on the deck, just kind of chilling and just kind of relaxing because it is such a beautiful, beautiful fall day. Temperatures were really nice into the 70s, I think, and right now it's still even in maybe the low 70s or high 60s. It's just perfect. It's perfect weather. I wish I had a lot of friends to share this with. I really do, but I don't. I guess I wanted to do this video to kind of give you guys an insight into Johnny English. That's the name that I chose when I started doing radio, internet radio a while back, a few years ago, and then eventually into the truther movement, doing that kind of radio. And then I carried it over into my vape videos. I vape. I don't smoke anymore. I've stopped smoking over 2.5 years ago thanks to vaping. I highly suggest vaping if you're a smoker. That's just the way it is. And I'll have links in the description over to my vaping channel. I do vaping videos too. I might even upload this on the vaping channel as well as the Broken Man video channel. But and then I'll post it on Facebook. I'll post it on there too. I need a vape. But I just wanted to maybe give some insight into, some of you might scratch your head sometimes and wonder, why is Johnny the way he is? Why does he act the way he does? Why does he treat people the way he does sometimes? And I have no excuses for what's happened over the past few years as far as people goes, friends go. I have no excuses. I don't blame anyone but myself. I haven't had the perfect life. I haven't had... But my life hasn't been that abusive and hard either. But in a lot of the problems that I've had in my life has been me personally. It's been my fault. I made the bad decisions and I had to deal with those decisions. And anyone out there, I think, will tell you the same thing. Anybody with any common sense will tell you the decisions you make will basically direct your life. If you're constantly doing bad things, making bad decisions, you're going to go off in a bad way. If you somehow turn that around and do things positively and try to have a positive attitude and try to keep plugging away and keep working hard, eventually it does pay off. It might not pay off in the time frame you want it to, but it eventually will pay off. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm lucky enough to have a great woman as a wife. Amber has been as close to a perfect wife as you could possibly have. I have great kids, very understanding family, I don't have a lot to do with my own family. I wish that was different. I really do wish that was different. And maybe that's partly why I am the way I am, is because I haven't had interaction with my family. Going all the way back, I grew up in Alabama, and I was pretty much raised by my grandmother. I didn't have a lot to do with my mom for several years, because she was off doing whatever. And I'm not going to get into the blame game. I'm not going to get into bashing my parents or anything like that. My dad was killed in a hunting accident when I was very, very young. So I never knew him. I don't remember him. my mom did what she did, and we just never bonded. I never really bonded with my mother, and I think everybody out there, there is a people have a special relationship with their mom versus even their dad, you know, and I never got that. I just never got that. So I kind of counted myself as being sort of alone, even though I've never really lived alone. I never really lived alone. I joined the military right out of high school, so I was around people in the barracks and all that. So I had, and then I met a girl there, and I ended up marrying her at a very young age, which was very stupid. Not her fault, it's my fault because I was just a needy douche. And that went sour, and we ended up getting a divorce. Shortly after that, I ended up getting into some trouble down in Florida. I got out of that trouble. You know, I ended up getting out of that trouble and moved to Illinois, not far from where I am right now, with a friend. And kind of as a way to start over, I wanted to start my life over again. I wanted to maybe try a different area of the country, maybe to see if things would be different. And I can tell you right now, sometimes that works. Sometimes it does work. In my case, it did sort of work, but not really. It didn't. I was just running. I was running. That's what I was doing. So I ended up meeting another girl, ended up moving in with her and her 3 daughters, and we ended up being together for several years. We were married for about 6 years, and some things happened, you know, stuff happens, and we ended up getting a divorce, and then, you know, living with people here and there, spending some time over the road. It's about the time I got into truck driving, so I spent some time on the road. So I was kind of alone. I guess I was alone then, but I never really had a house or apartment per se, alone by myself, and I kind of actually regret that. I really do, because I think that really helps build character when you're alone. You know that you don't have to depend on someone else to get through life and to do just the basic life necessities. Then eventually I ended up meeting Amber, and we've had a really good marriage. We really have. She does a lot of the work around here, and trust me, I feel guilty a lot of the times. Those men out there, if you don't help out at home, I don't get how you get through life being not feeling guilty, because I feel guilty. She says she loves doing it, but now that she works and stuff, you know, I'm trying to get myself into that. I'm trying to get myself into, because I poured all my heart and soul into radio and videos, and then the Vapor Watch thing. I poured my heart and soul into that, and I took time away from my family. I feel bad about that. I really do. I feel like shit sometimes, because I don't want to say I wasted that time, but I really wish I would have spent more time with my family instead of pouring all that time into some of the videos and some of the radio and stuff that I did. I really haven't had any, I mean, and please, those of you out there that consider yourself friends of mine, don't take this the wrong way, but I really haven't had a best friend like I had with Donald several years ago when he passed away. And once he passed away, really hasn't been anyone that close, someone I can share every little dirty secret. You know what I mean? He's the only one that knew every single thing about me. So even the stuff that I would never mention, ever mention, not that it's all that bad, but to me it's kind of embarrassing. But I want to maybe start doing some of these videos and you know, getting back into the truther stuff, I guess, sort of slowly. I think the truth movement was a farce, to be quite honest, to push a different agenda, a more satanic agenda, kind of getting people into the third eye stuff, and you know, all this new age crap. You know, I really do think that's what the truther movement was all about. I think that's, and everybody that got behind that, that was leading the charge, I think was into that sort of stuff. And I still see people that I still respect using a lot of the terminology, and it's unfortunate. I've learned now not to treat those people differently. I just move on and just try to ignore that part of what they're doing. But I think there is an agenda out there. I really, really do. And I've always had this feeling in the back of my mind that there's just a lot going on out there that we don't know about, and a lot going on that we may never know about. We may die before we figure it out. But anyway, as far as those of you out there that wonder why I am the way I am, I have a hard time trusting people, you know. And I've never found anybody that has the same exact desire that lives here. They could do it with me. They could do these videos, do the radio thing with on a regular basis. I haven't found anybody that has the time or wants to do that with me. They, maybe they want to do it with other people, but and maybe I'm the problem, maybe I'm the issue. Maybe I'm always just going to be alone and not have that best friend or those close friends. Maybe that's just the way it is. I moved a lot when I was a kid. I moved around a lot. I mean, I would be in one school one year, another school the next year, another school the next year. Literally, that's just the way my life went. The longest time that I spent at a school was at my high school, and I think we joined in like somewhere around the middle of 10th grade, and I went from the middle of 10th grade to graduating is the longest. That 2.5 years was the longest I'd ever stayed in one place. I mean, and I can't blame it on military. My stepdad was a cop, so we moved around, chief of police, whatever he was. He was an asshole, but I met, some nice people when I was there, and I was in such a big rush to get out of there. I did forge some friendships. Don't get me wrong. And again, I don't want you people out there who think we're friends. Oh, geez, Johnny, I thought we were friends. No, we are friends. But I'm talking about those close friends, lifelong friends, people that, come over and hang out for no particular reason, people that you can share stuff with that you don't share with anybody else. That's what I'm talking about. And again, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I am the problem. And I think what happens is I try to push that so hard that I end up pushing people away. And I really think that's a lot of my problem. I don't really want to go pay some guy $300 an hour to find out that I know what the problem is. I just don't know how to fix it. And a pill's not going to fix it. It just isn't. And I look around this world, and at work, I know there's guys at work that probably think, geez, he's making all this money and he's not appreciative and he gets mad all the time. No, I get mad at the company that I work for because of the company it is and the things that are allowed to go on in that company. That company is so big and it preaches safety and it preaches all these things, but it doesn't actually follow through with what they say. That's what makes me angry. If you want to be outlaw and you want to do things unsafely, then quit forcing it down my throat. We'll just do it. I'll still work there because the money's good. But I don't like, and that goes along with my personal life too. I don't like people that say one thing and do something totally different. And I'm guilty of that myself. I really am guilty of that myself. Actually, I need a drink of water. But I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I don't want to make this video too long. It's kind of the first video. I just wanted to kind of introduce you. I am kind of weird. I'm kind of a recluse of sorts. I don't know if I'll ever end up having those friends or a friend like that. Those of you that consider me friends, that I consider you friends as well, please don't take this the wrong way. We are friends. I'm not saying I don't have any friends at all. I'm saying I just don't have everybody that I could be close with lives way the hell away. They live Florida, they live Texas, they don't live anywhere near me. Louisville, perfect example of Louisville. That guy down there, Tom is, me and him got really close, and we haven't talked as much, but we could both pick up the phone right now and talk, and it'd be like we just talked yesterday. I love Tom and Paula. I love them to death, and I wish they lived up here. I really, really do. Or I wish we lived down there. Whatever. I really do, because I think Tom and I could do a lot of good things. With the radio, whether it was comedy, whether it was serious talk or whatever. I think we could do a lot of good stuff together because we both have the same passion. We both have the same passion and dedication. Mine's just been hurt. I've taken a big break. I took a big break after I started discovering a lot of the a lot of the crap, a lot of the alternative motives of alternative radio, alternative media. I had to get away. I just had to get away. I still believe in God, and I don't know what the truth is exactly. The only thing that bothers me about the Bible is that it was written by men. But when I look at it, I'm like, everything's coming true. Everything's coming true that those men wrote. It's a lot of it's coming true, and there's a lot. I watch Pastor Mike Hoggart. I watch him a lot to get a lot of insight. A lot of the things that the Bible is trying to teach us. But just a few years ago, we had no idea what it meant, and people use it to control people, and people use religion to control people, and that's pretty much what it's been used for. So I don't know what the truth is, folks. I really don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. I know what I feel inside me. I know what I feel inside my heart. I'm not a good Christian. I'm not a good person all the time. I have sometimes hate for people and things. I sometimes curse, probably more times at work than any, but that's just the way it is, and I feel I have all the same feelings everybody else has. Maybe I just don't know what to do with them. But anyway, I don't want to make this too much longer. And again, those of you that supported Broken Man Radio back in the past, hopefully we'll get something going again real soon. And this video is just kind of the first video, kind of an introduction to Johnny, to show you so you know where I'm coming from. There's a lot I want to do. It's just finding the time to match that up with family time and my job and the house now. I've got so much to do around this house that's probably not even going to get done until after the winter time. And here comes a car, so you're probably going to hear a car coming down the drive or down the private drive here. So we'll just kind of, I'll vape and let it go by. So anyway, it's my neighbor. I haven't even met any of the neighbors. I met one neighbor. I met one neighbor that's behind us over here on the backside. She's really, really nice, but I haven't met any of the other neighbors. That's my fault. I'm just a recluse. I really am. I don't know how to meet new people. I guess maybe that's it. I don't know how to meet new people. So I don't even know if I'll ever get anybody that lives around this area that's going to be able to help me do this. But I don't know. I'll get the gumption. The gumption, is the gumption still used? I'll get it up eventually and be able to, well, that didn't sound right, did it? I'd be able to do something here because I want to know what the truth is just as much as anyone else out there does. I know this election is just BS. It's garbage. It's a show, just like it is every 4 years. It's just a show. It's like professional wrestling. Everybody at the end is in the bar drinking with each other. They don't hate each other. They're all in it to make money, to fool you. Their job is to fool you to make money. And that's pretty much it. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and hopefully more of you subscribe, and or hopefully none of you unsubscribe. That would be awful. But anyway, thanks, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I've got a lot more planned. Hopefully it rolls out here pretty soon, and we'll see you again real soon.